Hey everybody, it's PhoenixTalon, and I'm back! Yeah, it's Minecraft time. So, Minecraft 1.18.1 actually just dropped, and in the spirit of, a new Minecraft, Caves and Cliffs, I decided that I'd do a challenge that didn't involve mining. So, yeah, well, the challenge is no mining underground. You can mine structures, and you can harvest trees, crops, plants, etc. So basically, anything that's above the dirt and the sand, you can go ahead and mine, but anything under the dirt and the sand, no go. So there are some exceptions. For example, mining a stronghold or mining to get to the stronghold is okay. Mining to get out of the end spawn is okay because, the stronghold is obviously underground somewhere, and sometimes the spawn platform in the end means that you're under end stone. So the victory conditions, meaning what do we got to do to win this challenge? Well, one, no deaths. So that means we're playing in hardcore. The next one is we got to defeat the Ender Dragon, which that goes without saying. And then the last challenge is, of course, to have full diamond kit, like diamond armor, diamond sword, basically whatever you'd go fight the Ender Dragon with. Make it the best possible quality that you can get. Now, that doesn't mean I got to have like a diamond hoe or a diamond shovel or any of that. Obviously, getting diamonds is going to be rather difficult. But there are ways, there are solutions, and if you want to know how I solve these tiny little problems, go ahead and stay tuned as we get started, and let's get on with the video. Oh, and incidentally, if you like this kind of content and you want to see more of it, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe, and, ring the bell. Why not, right? Everybody else does it. But don't do dislikes, because YouTube banned that. All right, let's get started. All right, here we go. New game, create new world, hardcore, and what is it? No mining. That's right. All right, so hardcore, no mining, no seed, no nothing. Let's start a new world. So while this generates, the thing that I'm going to be wanting to do is definitely, work with villagers. So I need to find a village, but I'm going to need wood. I'm going to need a whole bunch of stuff because the only building blocks I'm going to have for a while are wood, other structures. So this is going to be a pretty difficult game, I think. So yeah, we just need to keep an eye out for a village, and there we go. Okay, game over. We win. Well, yeah. This was one of those times where I spawned into the world and I was like, yeah, this is going to be great. And then you just barely see off to the right, there was the rooftop of a village. And I don't think I saw that when I started doing this. So yeah, I see the taiga forest and I need some spruce trees or spruce saplings. And you can just barely make out there's also another village over there. So I had the spawn from heaven, as they say. I got 3 villages right here on just a... I almost started over. I said, you know what? Maybe I should just start over because, nobody's going to believe this. So in the spirit of that, what I'm going to do is win or lose. I'm not going to spoil the end for you. Oh, here we go. Some getting wood, a little Minecrafting. But win or lose, in the spirit of things, I'm going to go ahead and drop out drop the world seed out there for you. So you guys can see what I was up against, and then now knowing what the world would look like, maybe you guys do the challenge and see what it would look like if you did it. So yeah, we'll do some basic Minecrafting. I've got a couple of villages to choose from, and so with that out of the way, I actually know I'm not worried about anything. At least with getting villagers set up. Now it's just going to be a question of getting the villagers set up because you need certain workstations for the villagers to make all that work for you. And if you don't have those in the villages, well, that's all you got. For example, like flint, one of my favorite things is to get a Fletcher going. And you can't do that if you don't have any flint to work with. So here we go, getting some wood tools. You're going to need at least a wooden axe. You're going to need wooden pickaxes. As weird as it sounds, you still got to get the cobble. I'm going to get cobblestone from houses is my plan anyway. And, you don't really think about it, but it's like, well, do you want to get a sword? Because you gotta consider, do I need a shovel? Well, no, because I'm not going to be digging anything. The sword is, well, if you can get stone early, then you don't need the sword, right? But if you can't, like if I didn't have a village near me, I probably would have made the sword. But knowing that cobble is probably not going to be an immediate problem. Seems like everything's made of cobble over there. I'm not too worried about it. Also, that means things like pigs and cows and sheep can survive because I don't need them either. Not right away, because, to get a thing like a bed, it's like, well, there you go. But I mean, this spawn is just fantastic. You got water, you got plains. I couldn't have asked for a better spawn, and just the world generation of 118 is incredible. So if you guys like this, and you want to see the whole series on this, it's going to be a couple of parts here. And I did some quick editing on some various pieces to speed it up. I just wanted you guys to see what I was working with, which is why I left this entire intro part available. And I just couldn't believe it. I was like, really, a whole other village sitting here. Really, I did just get the best spawn. And I actually did a test of this just to see, just to see. I was like, oh, okay, what does 118 look like these days? So I tried out a 118 spawn world, and I actually spawned next to a village in that one too. So, and that was just me looking around at 118. So I don't know. They said they reduced the number of villages that spawn, but that definitely was not my experience here, as you can see. So yeah, so I just cut here, and we're just going to go in here and start looting things and do some basic Minecrafting and have a great time with this. Uh-oh, took damage in a hardcore world. I'm dead now. Yeah, I'm dead now. Oh, there's the villagers. So yeah, I was like, oh, let's go. And man, got all the spruce saplings I need already. We got potatoes. We got emeralds already. I was like, wow, this is great. And I started to wonder. I was like, man, maybe the game is being easy on me because it's hardcore, So I was like, oh, well, maybe. So I was like, I'm good with food. I'm good with bed. I'm good with money for now. And I was like, well, look at this nice house. Let's just tear it down. Why not? Right? It's like, here, there's a house here. Well, get some stone. And ultimately, I'm going to need a lot of cobble, at least to get started. At least initially, I'm going to need a lot of cobble. And that's kind of where my head was in this, is like, well, let's take the time. We'll get the building knocked down. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and grab some of these trapdoors too. Because my method of getting villagers trapped and working with them involves trapdoors. So you can't really beat the taiga villages. Although I don't like to usually set up camp in one, like to stay in one. But to get supplies and if you just need stuff, that's great. I don't want to get the mossy cobble because there's really not a lot I can do with it right now, and it's a pretty block to build with, but it doesn't do me any good in this situation because it doesn't immediately help me. But the rest of this stuff does, and that's the thing too. Is in this early time, I want to explain where my head's at. So I want to get everything that I'm going to need in order to trap my village. I mean. Maybe trap is the wrong word. And then this next chest, oh man, score with the bread, right? But yeah, I want to trap the villagers. There's that word again, trap. And I want to get them all centralized in one spot so that I can start, training them and breeding them and getting them ready for what I need. Because there is a way to beat this, but it's going to be tough. And yeah, so I want to sleep because it's getting late, but it won't let me. Do a little organizing here. But yeah, you can't, you just can't do this. And there we go. That ends day one. So, some other people will say day two, I found a pumpkin pie. I was like, what? That's great. Thinking, man, my inventory is going to get overloaded. So I'm just grabbing some crops here. Unfortunately, they didn't have any carrots at this farm. But I got some wheat and got some seeds, so that's nice and easy. And since I know I'm not going to set up in this village itself, I think that's pretty good. So we get some more beds. But I need to get a lot of beds for the villagers. Those aren't for me. But the villagers, I'm going to need to breed them all up and everything. And the easy part is breeding them. The hard part is getting them to have the stuff I want. And I was kind of surprised to see jack-o'-lanterns just actually spawned. I didn't know that was a thing. I guess I don't spend a lot of time in taiga villages. I had never seen that. But the pumpkins, that was pretty cool. So I was like, yeah, I already got pumpkin seeds, though. We'll make some stone tools here. Oh, there we go. That's my disabled hands trying to to Minecraft. It's really difficult sometimes. um, so we got all the stuff. So I'm going to start tearing this house apart. And yeah, you know, there are some that would say that I'm a mean person, that I'm not. You know, that I'm destroying people's houses, and there are others that understand where it's coming from. This guy definitely didn't understand. He's like, "Hey dude, what are you doing in my house?" And I'm like, "Well, you know, you weren't in it, and you're not going to be living there very long because there's no nothing anymore." Found this nice spot by the river, decided it'd be a good place to take a nap. Getting ready to end the next day, make a boat so I can travel, and yeah, take a nap. So thus ends day 2. Going on to day 3. I know this is like a lot of editing stuff. I figured I'd spare you guys the bulk of it. You get a good shot of my inventory later anyway. You can see what I've recovered. I do like traveling by boat. It allows you to get things like this where you can just go get some easy fish. If you see something under the water, it's real nice to be above it. You can go ahead and get it. But yeah, you're saying, well, why do you need fish? You know, it's like you already got plenty of food. Well, you need fish because of cats. So I may not be able to get flint right away. But one of the things that I was thinking of is if I find a village that has cats, or if I can get some cats to spawn, then I can kill the cats and get string. And if I get string, then I can make one of those shepherd ones. And I think I just smashed down a 4 tall bit of sugar cane there. And I think I got the bone meal from the fish. I'm not sure where that came from. I didn't know that fish drop bone meal. But I guess that's a thing. But yeah, my idea is to build a loom with the string, and then I can get started with a villager that way. Because you need an easy way to get your first little bits of emeralds, so that you can start leveling villagers. I was just pointing out the fact that I have 3 villages like right next to each other. I thought about doing this village. That's a big hole. If I fall in there, it's game over. I thought about this village because it's got the blacksmith shops and everything. But if you look at it, it's so disjointed. And the terrain is just, oh my gosh, there's caves everywhere. This place would be super hard to defend from the night. And it's like, no, thank you. But I'll loot your place. And then I was like, I'll just go over to that other village and hope it's better. I mean, when you have 3 choices like this, you know, why not? But having a nice early source of lava is really good. That's going to make getting to the nether real well. And man, did I score with this chest. Iron chest plate, bread, gold, iron ingots, ready to go. Like, oh man, let's go. I know it's not a speed run, but if you were speed running, this is the map you want. Let me tell you, this is the seed you want for a speed run. Everything you need is here. And it's crazy the luck that I got with this. So I really was thinking, man, you know, let's get this stuff. Let's take everything. I'll take all the furnaces. You know, this is going to really save me on cobble. And, you know, it gives me a great starting spot. I didn't know this, but this building I'm about to walk into, this is a cleric's building. And I was like, what? I already got a brewing stand. Like, one of the hardest things is to go to the nether, find blaze rods, and make a brewing stand. You say, what do you need a brewing stand for? Well, I need clerics. So here I'm just trying to decide, well, what do I want to throw out right now? Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't need a wooden pickaxe. What do I need that for? But yeah, this village was not ideal. Just not ideal. But it did have, you have a cartography table. So later when I'm ready to do maps and get that going, you have a fishing house over here with barrels. So I already got that rolling for me. And I don't know, but these, I don't think I checked that chest this time around because my inventory was so full. I was like, well, I'll come back here because the other village is right across the hill. So, yeah. And you're probably wondering, why don't you kill iron golems to get iron? The problem with that is that it lowers your rating with villages by -10. I mean, like, seriously, that high. It's more reputation damning to kill a golem than it is to kill a villager baby. Yeah. And I finally, man, obsidian right here, iron, apples. I mean, this is score. I so scored with this. And basically was like, well, let me get that obsidian. And I'm thinking, wow, this is going to be easy. I'm going to be able to get rolling on this right away. Like, that's the first thing I was thinking. Um, and like I said, I'm not going to tell you if I succeed in this challenge or not. You'll have to stay all the way to the end. So this is getting over to the last village that we're going to visit in this episode. Um, yeah, this is the third village, right? So we had the village over there on the other hill. You had the village in the taiga, and then you got this one. And this one is perfect. You've got a great farm already set up. You've got the cleric's cathedral thing, whatever you want to call it, over there. Great house right there. And that other one, all the cobble structures in the world. The only thing that's a little weird and kind of disjointed is that little canyon there. And then, at night, here we go. We're going to go ahead and, this guy's here. Well, you need to assert your dominance early in these villages. Teach him who's boss. So I'm going to go ahead and take over his bed. But I do need a house. So on the next day, I said, well, let me move in here. And then this chest was full of goodies. So I was like, wow, this is great. So I go ahead and organized. And you can see everything that I've gotten. So I went ahead and moved in. Built some things in, just said, hey, look, I got to make it my own, even if it's just going to be temporary. I mean, we don't know, right? I might lose. I might win. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. Hardcore is like you die once. That's it. You're done. Game over. And you don't get to come back to the world, my understanding of it. So I was very, very much thinking about that. And I was looking there, and it's got a good mix of wheat and potatoes, but I didn't see any carrots, so I'm going to have to find some of those. And then this canyon is just like crazy. And then there's this dude down here like, hey, mans, what are you doing? Like, you stuck? Like, I don't know. You're going to have a bad day. He's playing hardcore too. So in classic fashion, let's tear the village apart and make it my own, right? So I do that, and I get a nice little area set up here so I can get my villager trap going. And it involves getting trapdoors set up in this way so that the pathing of the villagers is such that if you put the trapdoor, or any mob really for that matter, I think iron golems are unaffected by this. And there's a few mobs that are not affected by this. But for the most part, like all the animals, this will trap all the animals. It'll trap villagers. I think it'll trap zombies. There's a bunch of creatures that it'll trap, and you can get them set up in here, and they can go over it and get in, but they can't come back out. So once you get this set up and you flip these doors up, they're stuck. And it's a really cool little trick, especially if you're trying to trap them. And you put the bell in the middle, right? When the bell is in the middle like that, then at a certain point of the day, they'll all gather around the bell because that's the village center, wherever you put that. And this village had a bell, so I didn't really need to move it. And they'll go in, and then they'll get stuck. So we'll watch it happen. See, they'll just go right in on their own. There he goes. I didn't have to do anything. And that's it. That's how you trap villagers. So I gotta go back and go get this guy though. I was like, oh man, I can't really get down there, so I'm gonna have to build something to get down there. I was thinking, this dude, man, because it's important. You want to get as many villagers as you can, but it's important that you try to do it as safely as possible, because I don't really have anything. And I'm thinking, oh man, it's raining. Here comes the thunder. But luckily, that didn't happen. That's such a drop. I thought, oh, this guy, he's done for sure. He's not gonna make it. But I saw the little green sparkles. That meant that he pathed to something. So I'm thinking he pathed to a bed somewhere, because I didn't see him come up the hill right away. But yeah, I did this. I said, well, let's get in here and sleep. And that was the end of that day. Then I found this dude. He was down there still. He went and pathed down there. So the next step is, of course, to get rid of all the beds and all the workstations in the entire village. So I ended up doing that. And that's just a great place. I mean, like, if I wasn't doing a no mining challenge, I would love to play this world. It's just such a great spawn with just the terrain. I don't know. Maybe it's just the terrain generation in 118 is so nice. But you can really tell the difference. It's so good. It's so good. And these canyons, the big swoopy crevices are just incredible. Like, you don't see that in older Minecraft. Nothing even close to it. And when you do see something like a big canyon, it's always like those big cuts in the world that just look like a scar. This doesn't. It looks really organic and natural. I don't know. Maybe that's just me and the artistic side talking. But yeah, definitely you got to get rid of all the things. You got to, because you don't want them to have a place to go. But it's just great. It's just like a slice in the world. And the caves are so deep now. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh man, it's too bad I'm not mining, because that would have been a lot of fun. But yeah, look at that. It's just great stuff. And you gotta get all the things, you know? So yeah, I was like, well, let's go ahead and you know, this dude down there eventually will come up. I'm hoping anyway, because there's nowhere for him to be down there, and it'll probably kill him later. But yeah, that's the villagers. So we'll get the trees going. This is why I get the spruce, so you can make your trees the two blocks, 2 by 2, and they make for, man, you can get wood like crazy. And then hay bales, you know, turn into wheat. Wheat turns into bread, and there you go. And I had a couple of cats here in this village, so I was pretty lucky there. But I didn't think about breeding them right away, because they're pretty tough to catch. I did think about killing them though. And I got this guy right here. Found him. So we're going to get this cat. But maybe. He's fast. He's fast cat. Oh, come on. Come on. Get him. I want your string. I know some of you will think this is really cruel. And it's like, why are you killing the cat? I need string, man. And you're like, well, get a spider. Well, the problem is I don't want to stay up all through the night, because I don't have any armor. I don't have any gear. I mean, it's on hardcore, meaning everything's on hard difficulty. So I'm not going to get any easy to beat spiders right now. And I mean, yeah, I got the chest plate, but that's all I got right now. I can't afford it. So that's, oh, and then bam, suddenly tree. Suddenly tree. And this iron golem, I was like, well, I could save him. I could. But also I need iron. And I thought, well, he's already kind of dying, so why not? And there's like a little show. You know, it's like, come on, dude. Like, are you gonna die soon? You know, yeah, we got a timetable here, guy. It's almost nighttime. No, you're come on, man. The sun's going down. Hurry up. Let's go. I don't know, man. He just doesn't seem to want to die. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. He got some iron. So yeah, so now I need to build a little bit here, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do some getting trees and building. So enjoy. And we are done. All right. Yeah. So there you go. Villager building already done. Well, at least their first building. And they're secure. They can't leave. I mean, trapped? I don't know. Whatever. But the point is, he's safe. He can't get out. And that's where they're going to live for a while. So yeah, that'll be the end of that video, or end of part 1. And if you want to see how far I can go with this, if I live or die, we don't know what's going to happen. Everybody knows I die at least once. So you'll have to stay tuned and see what happens. If you want to stay tuned, that means you got to smash the subscribe button. You got to ring the bell so you get notified. And if you wouldn't mind, leave a like so that way other people can find the video and, see it. You can't dislike because YouTube says no. But, you can let me know some love or some suggestions down in the comments. I would appreciate to know what you guys think of this challenge and how you think I'm doing so far. And then we'll see you then. And so until the next one, until the next video, thanks for watching and peace.